Welcome to day 2, or the second episode of the Wounders two-wheel drive off-roading adventure in the stunning landscapes of New Zealand's South Island. We've got 4 terrible two-wheel drive cars, an even worse support vehicle, and none of them cost more than $1,500. With a ton of terrain to cross before we arrive at our next destination, sit back, relax, and watch day 2 of the Wounders 2x4 challenge.
Okay, how you going? So, day 2. Day 1 wasn't too bad. It was quite punishing, very long.
Very dusty.
Very dusty. All the cars performed.
The
cars performed pretty flawlessly. All apart from how good was the fuel consumption?
Well, Racing Bug Herbert was not the most economical car out there. In fact, it actually is more fuel than the Cherokee by 2 litres. So I used 50 litres of fuel doing 310 kilometres.
That's pretty shit.
That's pretty bad. So we did some late night mechanicking on Racing Bug Herbert and found a few vacuum lines off. So here's hoping. We gave it a scan with the emergency scan tool and reset everything. So here's we're going to find out today how it goes.
Prepared. The car used the least amount of fuel.
But what happened to the brakes?
The brakes are okay. They're just a bit crunchy.
Slash not there.
No, they're there. But the big tyre sort of slowed them down quite a lot. So yeah, day 2. We're about to head off to Rainbow and hopefully make it down through there, down through the rivers and whatnot.
We did check the rain warning and there is actually a rain warning in place, so fingers crossed we actually make it through. However, we might find that the rivers are substantially deeper than normal.
The first issue involved terrible Italian design, namely the Punto's wipers. This conveniently coincided with Sam needing to take yet another piss.
Oh no! There's a spindle broken.
Sure, actually, I think it is attached. So, it might be linkage. Can you pop on it?
How you feeling, Greg? Hey!
With some wrist-deep action, the Italian failures were rectified and it was time for plain sailing.
Go, Greg, go!
Except it wasn't, because this time the Ford car decided to release all its steam.
This morning? Yeah, I did. It was full of water.
Have you been fanging it?
No. There's no one home there, no pressure.
Have you very carefully opened this?
There's nothing there, no pressure.
To help dissipate the excessive heat, the fan was hardwired to the battery, therefore always on. Surely this would solve the problem.
No. Oh, there you go.
It didn't.
Juicy, do you want to tell us what's happening?
So, we were driving along and the car started making some funny sort of pinking sounds. And yes, so we thought we'd stop and pull over, and then lots of steam came out the bonnet. So it looks like she's got really hot, and because these are a great car that doesn't have a temperature gauge, we didn't know what was going on.
Whilst trying to avoid third-degree burns, the overflow bottle cap was eventually removed and the engine tried to offer us some Thai milk tea. To be entirely honest, while it might look like we know what we're doing, all of this is guesswork at this stage. Thermostat? Who needs it? Turns out it was fine, but since we had already removed it, it was too much admin to put it back in.
Thermostat's actually alright, which is a pain. It's closed up now, but it was open, so that's not the problem. We are now hoping that the water pump hasn't shit the bed. Ready? Yeah.
Tested the water pump, Thai milk tea everywhere. It works. Finally, we decided to unbolt things and reseal them. That helped, right? Right? Anyway, we kept going. All issues sorted for a day of hassle-free, economical motoring. We finally found a huge ford to cross, likely the biggest of the day. No wait, this one's bigger.
Danger! Oh look, it's a nail! So yeah, this is where we go. Down through here, looks like a few river crossings down here. A little bit wet and cold now after the wee debacle with the car.
We've had a
but
few,
it seems to be okay so far.
Yeah, all the other cars behaving, and even Racing Bug Herbert seems to be consuming less petrol than before. Please.
So yeah, nice wee forest around here.
Beautiful scenery. A few ford crossings so far, and
Yeah.
no one's broken anything
Yet.
yet.
To be confirmed.
Yes.
With the tarmac finally running out, it was time for the real shenanigans to begin. Look! A real life river! No more tiny tarmac based Fords. We decided the best method would be to test each river crossing with our trusty Wounded Jeep first, in case the cars needed towing halfway through. Number 1, the Ford car. It struggled to keep the revs up thanks to the larger tyres, but made it through safely. Number 2, the Volkswagen Beetle. Due to limited suspension travel, slow and steady was the best approach. Number 3, the Fiat Punto. Lots of revs, wheel spin and even belt spin. Number 4, Peugeot 307. Full send and the biggest splash. Would not win a diving competition.
So Sam, what have you got going on here?
Well, seeing as we're serious off-roaders, we're actually just letting some air out of the tyres. So we're going down from 40 psi for some reason down to about 20, just to absorb some bumps in, give us some more traction through the...
Now the rumour is this has something to do with your incredibly firm front suspension.
I think that's fake news. I've heard that rumour before, but yeah, no, we've got plenty of 2 inches is plenty of suspension travel.
So you heard it first, Sam Richards, 2 inches is plenty.
It was a day full of ups and a day full of downs. At first, people were ridiculing the ambitious snorkel installations. However, as the Peugeot was about to show, they were there for a reason. Remember, wounding first, safety second. Always wear your safety slides. Hot tip, try start your hydrolocked engine multiple times to ensure it's properly stuck.
They got water in the engine.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going. That's a lot of water.
Can we unplug the fuel barrel?
Sweet, hold it down.
Yeah, looks pretty good there.
Right, we'll wang some plugs in and she's going to be
I
smoking.
was going to say give it another one. Just
Hot tip number 2. Ensure you bounce your freshly unstuck engine off the limiter, because mechanic.
Nanged back to life.
And then it was time to play.
was really unimpressive.
Hang on. So we've had relative success. We've made it.
So anyway, what these guys are trying to say is that we made it through the endless river crossings and it would be smooth sailing from here on in. But wait, more river crossings? Surely not. Seriously, who wrote the script?
Combos, ladders and mirages, MG turbo, D's multi-less, Chaz on cutties, doing deals. Gonna need some more steel. I got daggers, ratchet strap, Barry's with them, Barry back. Come and take a hoot with us. Can we use your AA blast? Wounded! Oh, so wounded! Wounded! So wounded! Wounded! Oh, so wounded! Wounded!
After the 307 incident earlier, there was some hesitation within the crew. Somehow, the occupants of the Ford car missed this memo. Have you ever swam inside a car? These guys did. Luckily, Ford designed the car for water crossings with removable bungs in the floor.
Break all of that shit. Just take all the bungs down the floor.
Okay, I seriously think this is the last water crossing. Suffering stage fright and a case of flaccidity, limp mode, the Peugeot decided to head for higher ground, while the rest of us went for one final swim. By this time, everyone had their own technique for the copious amount of water crossings. Unfortunately for the Fiat Punto, this didn't include more ground clearance. At least the homemade sump guard came in handy. Well, that's a wrap for the second day on our two-wheel drive off-road odyssey across New Zealand's South Island. From conquering river crossings that left us all a bit moist, to tackling the twisty gravel roads that tested our driving skills to the max. Thanks for joining us on this wild ride. Stay tuned for day 3, where we'll be back with more off-road shenanigans, where we test the tensile strength of Italian fasteners. And if you enjoyed the adventure so far, be sure to hit the button and do the thing. Until then, remember, it's not about the size of your wheels, it's about the size of your cock.
Hang on.
Wounded! Oh, so wounded! Wounded! So wounded! Wounded! Oh, so wounded! Wounded!